good morning, good morning, good morning. This morning we're leaving the Dorset in Kwutong, Hong Kong, and we're going over to mainland China. We've got a train booked, we've got to go to... And we're off. We are now in mainland China. We've travelled from Hong Kong this morning. We've travelled on the bullet train from Hong Kong to Shenzhen. When we got to Shenzhen station, we'd pre-booked a taxi, but the instructions on where to meet him was in Cantonese. They put him through translator and we ordered egg fried rice twice and some pork chow mein. A guy eventually tried to assist us because he could speak a little English. At that point, his English was better than his directional skills because we walked around the railway station 17 times with huge (23 kg) rucksacks on our backs in 36 degrees heat with the humidity makes it feel like 44. That's not me saying that, it's BBC. Anyway, we eventually did find a taxi after 45 minutes in 11 kilometres. And the taxi driver was away with the furries. He's as nutty as a bucket of frogs. So he chunnered on about nothing in particular and took us to the wrong hotel. At which point Kate did turn around and go, "We ain't booked a hotel, we've got an apartment." So then he checked again, and after 15 times of checking, he was correct. She was correct. He took us to the wrong place. So then he took us to the right place in the middle of this town centre, which is beautiful, fantastic area. But then proceeded to just stop his car in the middle of the traffic and say, "Your apartment's there," and caused absolute gridlock with everybody behind because they've got a lane out. So he threw our bags out into the cycle lane. We said thank you very much. We've got it. We went in. We can't check in till 2 o'clock. It's now 20 past 12. So we found a wonderful little restaurant right next door to where we're meant to be staying. And we've come in, they give us some tea, and I think it's time to chill for a minute. So this is Jason Halliday, over and out. Cheers.
So we're still sat in the restaurant where Jason's just done his video from, and they brought us out some lovely tea. Now Jason's got his beer. Some beautiful tea, peach tea. Divine. I've also got a soda and a bottle of water because I asked for something non-alcoholic, so I got all three. Anyway, that's it. Bye bye. First couple of hours in Shenzhen, and we found a bar called the Demon Bar, which is great. I'm being a rebel, so I ordered a cider, and the guy brought 2, and it's buy one get one free. Life is good.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are now having a wander around Shenzhen. We got here yesterday, I think I've already told you that anyway. We went and got some provisions, so we've just come out, haven't we? It's boiling hot.
Boiling.
I'm going to see if I can get my hair cut, and Kate's going to see if she can get some perfume, which is irrelevant to what you're watching. So we're going to have a walk around, and if we see anything interesting, we'll take some photos and a video of it. Alright, speak to you soon.
Goodbye.
Nice and short.
Your food.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks for that. Same. Oh, look, I'm staying already. Anyway. Gotta go.
Mine's ready. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Shenzhen in the evening. So we've been out today, and now we're going to go and find a bar. Right, so now at the present time we're walking over a flyover. It's a glorious flyover, very sexy, very sweet, architecturally designed. But there's massive signs everywhere saying no bikes. And as you can see behind me, there's bikes everywhere. I mean, not cycles, I'm talking look, 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 look. They're everywhere. And you'll just get a flurry of little scooters coming through. So if you come to Shenzhen, be careful, because a lot of them are electric, so they're silent as well, so you don't even, whoa, they see that fella then? They're silent, you don't want to hear them. And if you just walk out sideways, you'll scratch that, break that, you can end up quite hurt. Okay, see you in a bit. I'm keeping Kate to that side, so she don't get hurt. She's the brains of the outfit.
Quite hairy, and we've got to do it all again to go home.
Right, so I found a yes and no decision game. So, should Jason buy Kate a 5-carat diamond ring, what she keeps asking for? Get ready. You put it in.
请在手机上输入密码。
No, he shouldn't buy a 5-carat diamond ring. Da, 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 da. The gods have spoken. Yeah, just stand straight at road, look at that, perfect.
So this is the day Jason decided to go for a little wander on his own. It's thunder, it's lightning, it is horrific.
So Mrs H has decided today she's going to stay back at the apartment and do a bit of administration works. So I've come to a different part of town. This is meant to be the biggest electronics centre in the world. And I'm not great with electronics, but I need a new hard drive. So I'm going to have a wander around, have a look. So if you're into electronics, it might be super interesting for you. Oh. And the thunder's come. So I'm going to get inside. And look at this. So I've been walking around for about an hour. I found what I wanted. Now I'm going to show you around. This has got 11 floors of all electronic stuff, and this is one of about 70 buildings. So it just goes on. And on, and on, and on. Everywhere you look, it's just components upon components upon components. My lord, this place is huge. It just goes on and on. And if you can hear that, that's the thunder. So I'm going to find somewhere to grab a cup of tea. But look at this place. Just goes on and on and on. Oh, there comes the lightning. I'm getting the brew. See you in a bit. Bye. And we wonder why Kate stayed in. Huh? So we've just called it a buffet. You'll see the video that Kate's done. You basically pick your own stuff, put it in the bowl, toss it, put spices with it, put chilli with it, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's divine. Nope. Thank you. And I think the full meal has come to about £2 for two of us, £2. So I've never got to eat back. Not a bead on me. As I sit here, Kate's gone wandering. We're in an ecological park in Shenzhen in China. And Kate's saying the sign, what says, beware of snakes. So now she's gone snake charm.
No, I didn't know you were watching me.
She thinks that whistling brings snakes.
No, I'm not. I'm doing like a...
Do it again. I didn't see that. You're doing a what?
Like a sound that might attract them, like... No.
This is what I've got to put up with. My wife now thinks she's a snake charmer because she can do half a twist and whistle. leave Shenzhen today. Going to get the bullet. What did I say there? Going to get in the bullet train to go to Guilin. I think that's how it's pronounced. Don't know really.
In the mountains.
Yeah, so we're going up to mountains. We're getting away from cities for a while. So we're looking forward to it. So come along. And it's very, very hot again.
Thanks. I'm coming anyway.
I'm talking to you. Hello. We've just got on the bullet train. We're in the business class. There's a couple of kids here as well, so it'll be cool. Okay, we'll just do a quick sweep round, and you can see there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chairs in the whole carriage. What are you looking at?
I just think it's good.
Okay, we'll sweep round.
Hi guys, we've arrived in Guilin, you know, the picturesque place where we were going, to a calamity of things which we'll go into at another time, but we've gone for a walk and we've just stopped for a beer. Dad got a lion beer. I had to get an extra big bottle of Sprite because they didn't have anything else, and these are the glasses they gave us, so it's going to be a long night. Cheers.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, we've arrived in Guilin, haven't we? We arrived here yesterday, so we got sorted out eventually in the accommodation. What can you say about the accommodation?
Have you ever watched Fawlty Towers?
Yeah, it's very Hotel Paradiso. We'll put up. Kate had done all the investigations as she always does, and she researched it. It looked fantastic. Booked it. Arrived here, we had to get the bullet train up here, which was super cool. It wasn't what we expected, is it?
No, not at all.
So, needless to say, we're moving on. We're booked until tomorrow to give ourselves a bit of breathing space to find something else. Kate's found some work, so we'll be going tomorrow, but today we're going to go for a walk round and get out of...
Stepwood Wives Village.
Yeah, this little village here, we'll put it on. It's very strange. You can't explain it, but we'll try to later. Anyway, we're going to carry on walking and we'll show you some bits. Okay, see you in a while.
See you later.
Bye. This is without doubt one of the oddest places I've ever been. It's like a little commune village. We didn't know this at all. But honestly, if they had big speakers and it was doing Hotel California, it wouldn't surprise me. It's just the strangest place. You've got signs what lead you round in circles. I think they just met people good demented and they stay here. What was that thing in America? What was his name? Was it Jones? Johnsonville. The fella who had it come up with a commune, a cult. That's what it is, it's Chinese cults. We're into Chinese cults. Oh my god. It's a Chinese cult. Sussed it. Anyway, we're going to carry on walking to who knows where. I'll show you where we're going. So we've arrived in this new room, haven't we, Catherine? And you know, when we've said in previous videos, check out where you're going, do as much research as you possibly can. Right, so this room, I can't open the door. This room here is meant to have a balcony that just looks over the mountain and is meant to be beautiful. Mountains are up there, so you can't see a thing. It's knackered. The decking fell through completely, and the mountains you're meant to look at are up there somewhere. How long has that come through there? Oh, and the fascia board all fell off, and the soffits. So, needless to say, we won't be staying long. We'll be away. Check what you're getting. So me and Kate are in this cave system in China, and there's a full guided tour, and that's about 400 metres behind us, because you can't understand them because it's Chinese. So we just walked off by yourself, and it's very peaceful. We're enjoying this by yourself, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
We just hear the shish behind us.
Here we go.
So we need to go. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
I know you can't see me proper, and Kate's somewhere there.
Hello.
This is so cool. It's like having air conditioning underground. It's the only place we've been able to get out of the heat.
Oh, so you mean cool as in?
As in temperature.
As in temperature, not cool
Yeah.
as in really cool.
See? Would you like to go, or would you like to stay away?
We're gonna stay now. We're gonna go now. Go, please.
Oh, you can't, because there's always people. I don't like people. Right, we're in downtown Guilin, or Guilin, however you pronounce it. So Kate will do a pan round now. This is super lively, as opposed to the place we've got to stay, which is super dead. Okay, I mean super dead. So Kate can do a pan round and you can see the streets. So we've stopped at the place because they did like chicken drumsticks or chicken, like small chicken wings or something like that. I thought, oh, they look alright, so I asked for two. He's on to his second bucket, cutting them up for me at the moment. So I don't know how many I've ordered. So get your own chicken as well.
We've come out for our last night in
China. No,
Guilin.
second to last night in Guilin, yeah.
Yeah.
We're stopping in China tomorrow night, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we go away to Vietnam.
Yeah. Good to Ho Chi Minh. Oh, can't wait. Super excited.
And we've come out and it is super busy. I don't know what's going on, but it is really, really, really busy tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, they knew we were coming. That's what it is. So I've just got a chicken wing, which is infilled with rice and peas. I've no idea what it tastes like, so let's have a go at this. This is proper Chinese street food. Tastes like a chicken wing, boiled with rice and peas. Uncooked.
Here's a wave.
Oh, quiet again. Good evening again. Now I'm trying leek with a wrapping of beef intestine. And if that don't work, leek with beef intestine. This is a new experience. Don't like leeks.
Nice.
While we're still in front of the stall, I'm doing actually, it tastes like leek and beef intestines. Let's find a bin. On our street food endeavour, though I'm on half a pig's trotter, roasted with what looks like sesame seed. No idea. See, in the UK we wash them first. Okay, let's find another bin.
Not good.
It's a big trotter. At no point will we order the best fillet steak I've ever tasted.
Hello. So we're in China, and after a fairly horrendous start, I would say, to our China visit, we found this lovely little bar. We're having a great time. Are you having a great time?
I'm not unhappy. No. It was a difficult start in China. It was a difficult start in China. Shenzhen was okay.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, Shenzhen was okay. But as we moved further inland China, it's got more difficult. But we moved hotels because the other hotel was horrendous. Katie did all the investigation. It was fantastic what she'd done, but when you turn up, it wasn't what it said it was. So we've got another hotel, Guilin. And as I said before, there's 17 different interpretations of the name. But no, we're cool. Everything's alright. Everything's come good. Everything always comes good. Hey!
I'll turn it round so you can see where we are. Hopefully. Nearly there. Excuse me.
将近2步，此处为快速集合区，在场的所有车辆实施进行
Lane 4.
And he's just turned up. For ages, not been able to find him. Here we go. Hello. Where are we?
I can't pronounce it.
Guangzhou.
Guangzhou.
Our last night before leaving China.
Going to Ho Chi Minh. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning.
So this is the tips, tricks, pits and peaks for the places we visited in China. The video you've just watched, and if you're still here, you genuinely need to get a life and take up a better hobby. Oh my lord, because I wouldn't watch this, would you? You need to get a life then. Right, so there's we're going to do a bit of a change of format on this thing, because usually we do transport, accommodation, currency, tickets, food, phone and internet. This time we're going to change it round, and it's pertinent that we change it round because this time the phone and internet become a key component for everything else. So we need to change that bit, otherwise it's kind of not, it's going to be a bit fragmented and not make sense. So the phone and internet first, right? So when you get into China, you have restricted access to Google, social media, more Google Translate and Google Maps we found, didn't we?
Yeah.
But all the social media, there's massive restrictions. You can't open things, you can't use anything. There's massive, what do they call it when something's heavily restricted? Don't know.
Restrictions.
Let's just use the word heavily restricted, shall we? I'll think of it and I'll put it at the bottom if I come up with it. So when we first got into China, we had to buy, sorry, I've got to bite here, bit again. We had to get Chinese SIMs. Now the Chinese SIMs, we had to go into a shop to get the Chinese SIMs, didn't we?
Yeah.
They cost us, I think they were converted through, it was about 30 quid each, £30 each. But you've got to sign up that you won't do this, you won't do that, you won't do the other, and you won't use VPNs while in the country. Once we'd signed all this, and they take a photo and take a copy of your passport, they're all up and running, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then you can download an app called Alipay. Now Alipay is what everybody uses in the country, or in the areas we went to, let me qualify that. Alipay and WeChat. Alipay is very much like Grab or Uber, and the WeChat is very much like WhatsApp, isn't it?
Yeah.
The WeChat's very good because the translation on it's decent.
Yeah, and WeChat works in other countries, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Not just China.
yeah. The WeChat was good because the translator was good on it, where on Alipay it wasn't too good. But you need the Alipay to download, like I said, like a Grab or an Uber, because a vast amount of things work through Alipay. So that's it. So let's just pretend that you've got your Chinese SIM, you've downloaded Alipay, and you're all up and running. Yeah?
Okay.
So moving on. So travel and transport, which is usually our first one. Visas. Over to you.
Visas. So this is the only country in our plan that we had to get the visas in the UK, and we had to go and visit a visa place. No e-visas allowed. So a couple of things for this. We were planning to go into Hong Kong, which on our government website, obviously the connections to Britain, you don't need a visa to enter, which is correct. However, when you go and get your visa to go into China, the fact that we were going into Hong Kong first, she said didn't matter. So we had to get our visa starting from when we went to go into Hong Kong, which, strange reason. We also had to have, what we had was trains from Hong Kong into China, and a train out of China into Hong Kong, and we thought that would be okay for the visa. She wanted to see evidence of our flight into Hong Kong and our accommodation whilst we were in China. So without those, we couldn't get our visa.
Yes, we actually ended up running outside at the embassy. It was at the embassy in Manchester to book a flight
Into Hong Kong.
into Hong Kong, or was it from wherever it was? But just be aware, even though the government website says it's Kate, I never did it, the research Kate did. Just be aware that it's quite different.
Yes.
But if you need any advice on it, if you are coming here, you need any advice on it, just send a comment and Kate can get in contact.
Yeah. So just to be clear, if you go into Hong Kong on its own, you don't need a visa. But if you go into China from Hong Kong, your visa has to include Hong Kong.
Yeah. Okay, does that make sense? Because it confused the hell out of me. So, to be honest, I was quite happy just with Scotland after that. Right, so that's the visas.
Yeah. We also, there's multiple versions of the visa. We have to get the multiple entry over 2 years. So we can go back if we want.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to say it now, just for clarity, and I just want to make this clear, if this video you've just watched, you saddos, you've just watched, seems a bit tame, is because I had kind of a bit of a grump on, and the majority of the videos I took, I was swearing that much you can't actually use them. I had a proper foul mood on, didn't I? I was grumpy.
Yeah.
And if I get grumpy, I sometimes swear a little. So I couldn't actually use the footage because I don't even, some of the things I was telling people to do, I think they're not only illegal and immoral, I don't actually think you can physically do them. So anyway, so I just wanted to say that although it seems a bit tame, there's a reason for that. Right, moving on, the taxis. The taxis you book, as we said, through the Alipay. I keep saying Herm now, I keep telling you to stop saying Herm, and I'm saying Herm.
App.
Yeah, through the Alipay app. I dare say you can just pick one up at the side of the street, but the language barrier just makes it harder. So you can book them through the Alipay, you know what you pay, very similar to a Grab or an Uber.
And as Jason said, the app, the translation on the app isn't great, so when you book a taxi through it, make sure you check somehow your destination, because we wanted to go to somewhere called Pedestrian Street, which was 10 minutes up the road from where we were staying. We jumped in the taxi, and all of a sudden Jason realised that the trip on his sat-nav or whatever looked like it was going to be an hour and a half.
On the taxi driver's sat-nav,
looked like it was going to be an hour and a half journey, because there's somewhere else called Pedestrian Street as well.
Yes. So it would have been 55 kilometres away from home rather than 3 kilometres away from home. At night, with phones which were still being dodgy and playing up. So the bicycles, there's bicycles everywhere, isn't there? And you can pick the bicycles up from side of the street as long as you've downloaded the app. No, you get it straight to Alipay, don't you? Or you download the app, you scan a QR code.
Yeah, there's a QR code on the bikes.
And you pay through it again through Alipay. Now, the amusing things about the bikes, in fact, you tell them.
So we went for a walk, we picked these bikes up, and we were going to go to some caves, which you've probably seen on the video. What we didn't realise was to actually park the bikes up and lock them, which you do via the app, which stops you paying for them. You have to find a spot that's got a P, a bit like a parking sign in the UK. For us, the place we found with the parking sign was further away from where we'd originally picked the bikes up, wasn't it? Yeah. So we had to walk back to the caves.
So just imagine, we picked a bike up there, we had a nice little flat, relaxing cycle through to the caves of about a mile. To find the parking space, that was 3 miles that way. So we'd gone further than if you just walked. So, and it won't close it out until you put it in the right parking space, so you just keep getting charged, and it's per minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all it's timed, so it just keeps going and going, so be very careful of that. Once you've locked it, it will deactivate, it will close it down, and that's what you get charged, but without it being locked. you're kind of just running up a bill.
The great bikes, Jason got charged more than I did. So it seems to depend on I think you've got a mountain bike or something.
No, I've got exactly the same, but mine had a crossbar. Mine was a male's bike and yours was a female's bike. That was it. And I got charged more. Wait, that's not equality. I was devastated. I mean, it was about 17 pence more, but we go same place. So maybe it's because I were heavier. Maybe we get more wear on tyres. Oh, right, so the bicycles. So make sure you know where the P signs are.
But they're everywhere, aren't they? They
Yeah.
seem to be on every street corner that you can just pick
What?
them up. The bikes.
Yeah, but not the
Not the
parking
parking
bays.
space, no.
Yeah, they seem to hide them. Right, so that's the bicycles. So taxis, Alipay, these bicycles that you pay for Alipay. Right, moving on to trains. The trains, you can book them online. Dead easy to book online, all the trains are.
Yeah, you
They're
actually
not
go
bad.
through to the railway station website and book them there. Really simple.
Right.
Lots of different classes.
Yeah, loads of classes. Pick your own, see what you want to pay, and then you're good to go. Now, obviously, if you're travelling with Mrs. H, everything is, she doesn't look at the peasant classes. She's not interested in going cattle class. No, everything's like first class or business class, isn't it?
Mm.
So,
And one thing to note, on the trains in China, the first class is a lesser class than business class. So travel business class if you want to. If you're looking for the best, it's business, not first, is what I'm saying.
okay, there you go. Or you can go cattle class. We don't do that, obviously. The railway stations themselves are vast. I mean vast. They are huge. None of the signs have any English interpretations in them, do they?
No.
So even an exit sign, you struggle the first time you get in there. They are vast. There's no trolleys for your luggage. There's nothing like that. They're huge. So if you've got your app, you've got your Alipay, and we didn't have it the first time when we first entered. That's what made it worse for us. Once we got the SIM card and we got the translator, we can use the apps. We're kind of okay to go then. But they are massive. And another thing to note is if you're going on the bullet train or anything like that, like in the UK, you want to go down a train, you pay for your ticket, pay for it online, turn up at the station, stand on the platform, jump on your ticket on your train. Not here. On the bullet train you go through a full security like you're going through an airport. Now in my rucksack I've got some fishing tackle and there's a fishing knife in there. They're basically filleting fish. Wasn't allowed to take it through. You're not allowed to take knives.
And that was travelling within the country, wasn't it? You'd already been in the country.
Oh yeah,
and it had got
we're
through.
actually, this is just travelling from point A to point B in the same country. You're not allowed to take it, so be aware that when you're getting on the trains, we don't know if it's a normal local trains, but we know for the bullet trains, definitely you go through a full security as if you were doing it in an airport.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So be aware of that. It's not like you can buy some souvenirs which are a knife, which you're going to put in your case to fly back home, which will be okay in a hold of it on an aircraft, but you can't carry it with you.
And the advantage of going business class, it's more expensive obviously than going normal class.
Yeah.
But it's not expensive in the bigger. No, it's not. But the one advantage is that they actually take you go and sit in a business lounge where you get some snacks. Minimal snacks, but you do get some snacks. But the one advantage is that a lady comes for you and takes you to the train. Because,
Right.
like Jason says, it's vast, isn't it?
Right, so hear this. We goes in business class, you'll already seen it on the video. Oh, we'll come and get you and we're going to take you on a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't.
No, they
They waited till the last 5 minutes and come and said, quick rush, your train's here. So we've got our big rucksacks, plus our bags, legging it across these vast stations to get to this bullet train, and the woman just went, that's yours. Is that one paper? And the snacks are rank. You won't give them to your dog. You must dislike your dog if you were going to give them. No. So the business class, although the seat is better, that's it. Everything
And you
else
get to
wasn't
your
it.
train on time because they come and find you.
No, I disagree. She just walked in and we could have actually made her own way down there in more than enough time. But we sat about waiting for her to come with the car, which she didn't.
But would you have known which trains would go to?
Yeah, of course I would.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fluent now. So that's the trains. Moving on to accommodation. The accommodation, as we've said previously, pre-book and contact them. And actually, what I'm going to say next just knocks the steam out of that. We booked a place in Guilin. You've seen it on here. Kate got in contact with them. You chatted with a girl and she was wonderful and super helpful and everything was great. We turned up, it was horrendous. You've seen it. It was,
I think we've always said before, hasn't we? Do this chat and make sure you're going to get the room that you've booked, because sometimes you get there and we give you a different room. On this occasion, they gave us the room. It was just horrendous. It just looked nothing like the pictures, did it?
well, it looked like them, yeah. No, it was actually like the
20
pictures.
years ago when it was first
But,
built.
yes, but they've been obviously computer generated. No, it was terrible. So you can only do your level best. Some of the accommodations, some of the hotels in China, we've been made aware that they don't take foreigners. So make sure when you get in contact that you're aware you're far from the West. You don't want to turn up and then they say no, because then you're sat there with your luggage trying to sort yourself out. You had one when, didn't you, consider chain hotels?
Yeah, I think because of our experience when we went into one of the towns, I think I was that fed up and disenchanted with the room we just had and how poor it was. There was Holiday Inn Express, and it was like, look, let's just book that. I know it's a chain hotel and we're trying to be a little bit more authentic, but at least we know what we're getting.
That was a big thing.
Yeah.
We'd been buggered about then, haven't we?
Yeah.
And it was time to, no, we just need to reset. So yeah,
And it was great.
I think that was a good thing. Yeah, and it was a good call, that, wasn't it? The currency, moving on to currency. The currency, right, Alipay does the vast amount of everything. You pay through the majority of everything through Alipay, don't you?
Yeah, I'm struggling to remember anywhere where we actually paid cash.
We paid a little bit of cash when we went to a couple of side street places to eat, but they were very, very few and far between, very few.
The majority of the street vendors, you'll have seen on the videos where we've got street vendors, and they have little QR codes, don't they?
Yeah.
And you pay through Alipay for them.
Yeah.
So the places where you think could take cash,
It's more or less, it's a 95% cashless society.
of the places we went
The places
to.
we went, yeah, before anybody jumps on and saying I had cash here and I used cash there, the places we went and what we experienced. So, take some cash into the country, we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
But we left with more or less the same amount. We didn't use a lot of cash. A couple of times we used a bit of cash, but nothing at all really.
I think the other thing, just going on cash, is you tried to leave tips a couple of times.
Yeah,
didn't
don't
you?
leave tips. Don't
leave
accept
tips.
it, it's offensive.
It's offensive, yeah.
Yeah, no, they won't accept them at all. And I was just doing it. We had a great service at one place, but just would not accept a tip. And I just said, get yourself a coffee. Definitely not. No. And we don't want to offend. No, we never want to offend. Kate never wants to offend. I don't mind. So moving on. So the tickets and excursions. There's the tour shops everywhere. So if there's 10 places to see in a certain location, or what we found, they're all exactly the same. They'll all tell you all the same things. They'll all go and see the same things. You will have that breakdown of communication. You spent an hour talking to a woman, didn't you? Trying to not for the tour was sorted. The hour
we get picked up
was,
after we'd done the tour.
I know, we're just going to say that.
So,
So, right, I'll carry on now. So, you literally, she said to you, we'll pick you up outside this hotel at 8 o'clock on WeChat, didn't she? And then literally, Kate confirmed it, and then she said, no, this other hotel at 7:30. So by the time we left the shop, we kind of had no idea where we were going, did we? Yeah. So the store shop, but maybe consider hotel, we try and stay away from hotel excursions, don't we, as a rule?
yeah.
Maybe certainly not, because I like to
I don't know where you're going. Come on, I'm listening to you.
See how quick she gets us early on?
No, I'm listening to you.
So, we consider that we try and stay away from hotel excursions. You know, when you're walking and they try and tell them, because there's always a big uplift. But if you did the excursion from your hotel, you know you're being picked up at your hotel, and if there is a problem, you go back to your hotel. It's not a street vendor or anything like that. I think that'd be one of the times I would actually book stuff through the hotel direct.
I wholeheartedly agree. I think in retrospect, that's what we should have done.
But hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? You know, we'd all do things different.
Like get married.
Yeah, get married. Yeah.
Well, I'd say it before he did.
Right, moving on, food. The food was fantastic. It was a culinary experience. to
For
say the
some.
least. It was, I genuinely enjoyed the food because there were so many different things that I didn't actually order.
There was different foods and different ways of eating, wasn't there? Do you remember we went in that place where it was, you got hot rice, but then all your food was cold, but then you mixed it in your rice and it all became warm?
Yeah.
Just different ways of eating, not just different types of food.
I had one way of eating. It started off with and just ended up here.
Or on the wall somewhere.
I didn't put any, she keeps saying this, and I didn't put any on a wall. That was somebody else. Right, none of the menus are in English, but if you downloaded the Alipay and the translation, you've got the WeChat, you can actually kind of decipher what you're meant to get. There's no saying that's what you'll get, because the pictures say one thing and what you get is another. I had a picture and it looked like pork ribs, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then I got something else, and some boiled quail come out. You just don't know, but that makes it interesting as well. Now, you had a thing with the vegetarians, didn't you?
I loved the food in China, absolutely loved it. So, because of all the problems I've had in other countries, if you've seen our other videos, I decided, rather than trying to mess about with the menu options that were there and just ask them for that without meat, I just put, already translated on my phone, I am vegetarian, can you bring me something without meat or seafood? And oh my god, I can't tell you how good the food was. They just kept bringing me things to try, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was absolutely superb. I loved it.
I'd sit there with some rice or noodles with some beef in, and Kate would end up with a banquet because he cooked us bringing other things up. Would you like this with spinach? Would you like it? Well, they didn't say that because they couldn't speak English, but just kept coming out saying try. And she ended up like 16 courses, and I'm sat there with my beef noodles.
That's great.
Yeah. So no, that was a good idea, that wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So moving on, it's going to be a short one this, because as you see by the video and as I've already said, I've had to keep everything tame. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would have done. Now, whether that's because I was aged out, I don't know. Whether that's because everything just got to be hard work, didn't it?
Yeah.
You were like swimming in syrup every day, just trying to enjoy something. And when you, I have a zest for life. I enjoy life. But when that zest, when it starts getting out, but that comes down, the difficulties. Well, when you get into this stage, you're kind of thinking, there's a lot of effort here and not a lot of enjoyment of it, and it takes a lot for me to get to that stage, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I see
it
the
does.
good in everywhere.
And I think we gave ourselves an excuse by saying we were aged out, and I think I was the first one to say that.
Yeah, you were.
But actually, because we decided to do a quick exit, and we came back to Vietnam, went to Ho Chi Minh for a couple of days,
And we
loved it.
Yeah.
So I don't actually think we were aged out. I just think we didn't enjoy it.
It's, yeah, it was just hard work.
Yeah,
Every day was hard work. Sorting your phones out so you can translate, and the translation didn't work, and not getting to places, and it just seemed to be the difficulties were getting to a point where they were level with the enjoyment, and it shouldn't be that. The difficulties should always be less than the enjoyment you take from a place.
Yeah.
And there's an old saying what says, it's not what happens to you, it's how you deal with what happens. Look at what happens to you. Well, I'm the eternal optimist, aren't I?
Yeah, you are, yeah.
You know, it didn't matter. It could be torrential all day today. I'll go, cool, we'll sit out with outside the umbrellas. I'll always see the good in places. And even for me, it got to be, this is harder than it should be. And that has an impact on our enjoyment. And you're absolutely right. As soon as you went back to Ho Chi Minh, as soon as you got back into Vietnam, it was cool, we're enjoying it now.
Yeah.
And we went back to laughing. You'll see on the video, it doesn't matter what's happening, we will laugh and joke, we'll have a giggle. Even when times are bad, we have a giggle. So if we can giggle in the place we went to, we're doing alright, aren't we?
Yeah. I
Right.
don't know if it was hysteria though.
Yeah, it could have been. Right, what's your peaks?
One of my peaks has got to be the food. Like I said, I really enjoyed it, and then I had my feet done, and it was quite a strange experience. I had I don't know, wooden things on my legs and all sorts of things. It was great and very cheap. They're my peaks. What about you?
Bullet train, I enjoyed the bullet train. I wanted to go on the bullet train when before we even set off. I knew it was here.
And he was dead excited, and I booked it from Hong Kong to Shenzhen. Oh no, go on.
Again, So the bullet train, I said, no, will you continue and then I'll finish what mine was. The bullet train, I was looking forward to that before we come. Now the first time we got on it, I didn't realise we were only on it for 14 minutes. So we got on, put a bag down, sat down, they came with some food. By the time you had your food, you were getting off. I was devastated. I'm like, is this the first stop? No, you're off here. So we had to get up 14 minutes. The second time was a lot better, a hell of a lot better. We were on it for a few hours, so you got to experience it, and the countryside, which was fantastic. So we enjoyed that bit, that was tremendous. So I enjoyed the bullet train more than I enjoyed the food, but them are the two things I'd take on. What about your pits?
It's got to be.
Just got it rolled down here.
No, I'm just thinking it's got to be the accommodation, hasn't it? It's got to be the accommodation in Guilin. When we moved from Shenzhen into Guilin, because we'd done loads of cities beforehand, I thought, you know, we'll book something that's nice, it's in the mountains, we'll sit on the balcony, we'll play cards every night, having a little drink, just a nice wind down from city life. And actually we got there, you fell through the decking on the balcony, the bath or the jacuzzi in the room was bigger than the bed itself, there was no space to walk around it. It was just atrocious, wasn't it? All the trees were grown up, you couldn't see any of the mountains.
They've seen all the photos of this.
Well, yeah, it was just, yeah, that's my pit.
That's your pit. Mine, as I've already said, the cultural differences, that's, I just got worn down with it. So I'm not going to go any further, I've already said that. That was my pit. Would you return? No, two stage. Would you return to the places we've gone? And would you return to China? Short answer.
Do you know what? I might go back to Shenzhen, might. I wouldn't go to anywhere else that we've been to. But yes, I'd go back to China because I want to see other things in other parts.
Yeah.
What about you?
Wouldn't go back to Shenzhen, wouldn't go back to Guilin. I think we've seen it, we've done it. It's not somewhere what I feel like there's something left unseen. A lot of the places we've been to, I think I'd love to go back there because there was X, Y, Z. There was always that yearning to see sort of a bit more. Not for me in them places. Yes, I'd go back to China, North China, go to Beijing. We always said we were going to go up there anyway, didn't we, for a few days.
I'm really surprised you don't want to go back.
Oh, yeah. Have you noticed, like, it was yours and that's it, I'm not going to question it. Right, so, no, I won't, no. Don't.
Was being sarcastic.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Honestly, I can't tell you how much footage I cannot use because some of the I was actually making new swear words up because I'd used the full swear word vocabulary I ever had, and I worked in construction.
It's not often I tell Jason what to do. I knew that I'd get a reaction.
Oh, she's a comedy genius.
No, but generally it's not. But I did at one point, didn't I, take you to one side and say you need to chill a bit, love, because I think you're going to get arrested.
Oh, it was just nobody wanted to move out of your way. There's no culture. We live in a society where if somebody's walking towards you, you'll both tweak a little bit to get past. No, they will just keep walking, head in the phone and bang into you. And if you bang into you, they give you the dirtiest look, like you should have been the one who moved, regardless of what's happening. Now, for the first day I was, excuse me, should I get... These aren't busy places, just on the street. There's not a please, a thank you, a look up, even to recognise you're a human being. So that was the first day. The second day it started slightly bothering me. The third day, Kate had her own, literally alley through, because I did a lot of boxing as a young fella, and I can barge through stuff. I was barging through, and there's people flying into road and flying into gutters and all that. And Kate had just had a clear path because everyone just moved for her then.
Yeah, it's like the party of the season.
Yeah, it was just like, no, if you're not going to move and you're going to be rude, well, I can do it, but I can do it on a better scale. So and that irritated me.
Yeah, it did.
It was just like, I say, it's not that hard to be civil and courteous. Anyway, on that note, with no swear words, I made it through this with no swear words.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I've had to bite my tongue a few times. But thank you very much if you watched up to this point. I can't see why. You do need to get hobbies or something. You need to do something. because watching us do this, have a word with yourself, dude.
I love it. I watch him back myself. I love him.
I don't. Anyway, take care, be happy, be safe, and if there's anything we can do for any of you, feel free to get in touch. Bye bye. So, I should stop saying so. Anyhows, in the name of fairness and transparency, and I'm always dropping in Mrs. H's bloopers, I've just done one and she got the giggles on. I was asking her, I couldn't remember how we got from Hanoi to Shenzhen in China. And she said, we didn't, we went to Hong Kong first. I said, you know, it becomes confusing, we've been to that many places. I don't know what's a railway station or what's a plane station. She went plane station, a plane station. So that's my boo-boo, and I won't hear the end of it for about 3 days now. Plane station. You can see behind me with giggles on, can't you? This is what I've got to put up with. Ridicule, ridicule.
Hello. Jason is now doing his exercises. We've come out to have a drink and something to eat, but he's struggling a bit with his foot today.
No, I'm not. No. Look, I can jog.
Yeah. He's not doing so good at the minute.
So good evening, good evening, good evening.
Hello.
We've been out for a walk. So shall we start this again because Kate's still not sorted.
Doesn't look massive.
She's been eating a lot lately. So we've been for a walk, haven't we? We've had a wander around everywhere. And we've called it this little place here. Kate will show you in a bit, she'll do a bit of a swing round.
Can I just clarify that? We walked from where we're staying to a bar. We stayed there and then we walked from the bar to here. So we haven't really done much of a walk. Sorry, somebody's coming past.
Get out of the road you will.
Thank you.
So we've called this place, we've been here before. The food is fantastic. Penny cheap, but fantastic food.
£2.50 for the two of us.
So we're going to sit here, and we've got chopsticks because it's an authentic place, and what Jason's brought.
I'm going to do a sweep round in a minute, just so you can see the state of the wall in front of you. Where
You're going to say reach round then, weren't you?
I was going to say wrap round, but you said you can't
No,
say it.
reach round, please say.
Oh. No, wrap round, you said.
Okay. No, so she's been saying reach round for ages. No wonder all these Chinese fellas are winking at her.
Anyway, I was going to say, I'm going to do one of them. I'm going to turn the camera round anyway.
Do you know how reach round is?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you after this. Okay.
You reach round something to get hold of something, I presume.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I said I'll tell you after this.
Okay. Anyway.
See, this is what I'm up against.
To stop being interrupted, in a moment I'm going to turn the camera round and I'm going to show you the state of the wall, because eating noodle soup with chopsticks is quite difficult, as is evident by the stains on the wall, and they're not by Jason from the last time we came.
They're not. My t-shirt got everything, so don't worry about it.
Hence I'm in black, so it don't matter if it gets stained.
Okay, well we'll see you all soon. Whether I use this or not doesn't matter, because it's like teaching kids how to colour in it.
You're a cheeky bugger.
Right, see you in a bit. Bye.
See you later. Bye.
The update at the moment is Kate spent 15 minutes setting a GoPro up on an ice tray, and every time she does something, it falls over, doesn't she?
I've had enough.
She's fed up now. She's cranky. Look, she stormed off.
Not really.
Storm back on in.
So if you saw the previous clip, I've had a bit of a problem setting this up. I wanted to do a quick video because we wanted to do our thoughts on China after a few days in.
Thank you for moving your arm. It's 40 odd degrees and she's cuddling up. It's too hot. It's too... No, you're breathing on me. Even her breath's hot. It's super, super, super hot. Ridiculously hot, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We're both sweating like mad, but we're riding under a... I think it's... I don't know what kind of frigging tree it is. Not
Probably
bothered me.
fake.
It's not fake. Kate's got a crank on, you can tell she's got a proper grump on today. Everybody's a swine and she don't like anybody. And to make it worse, a woman's just tried charging her a tenner, 10 English pounds, for 2 drinks and an ice cream. So out of principle, she went, not a chance. The woman dropped it to 5 English pounds. Kate went, no. Dropped it to 3, and out of principle, she stormed off and stayed thirsty. So, needless to say, she's got a grump on.
No, don't try and have me over.
And so, we're actually going to go in some caves or something in a moment. That's after we got some bikes this morning. You know the lock bikes? Yeah, it's cool. You can unlock them, and you can go for a bit of a pedal. And 10 minutes in, we found where we wanted to go to. We tried locking them. It took us another hour to find somewhere we were allowed to park them up, to re-lock them, and we got charged for the extra hour as well. So... I'm just watching a woman brushing something. Are you just watching it? She's not touched the floor. She's that big, and she's got a brush on a sign. And unfortunately, the sign is that bleached. You can't see it. It's just a whiteboard. What would you say?
I would agree.
It's her who has to put the camera on.
I know when you've done nothing but speak.
What did I say? Cranky. What did I say? Cranky. So whatever I do today, she'll have an opinion on. Won't you?
I'm just catching up with you for the last 3 days, my love.
Stay still, stay still, stay still. No, stay still, I said, not move. Right. Stay still. Stay still. You know when somebody says stay still, you go, no, move about all over. On the good side of it, we've
got a lovely room.
See what I mean?
Oh, there's some metal.
No, we haven't got a lovely room. I think, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted, but let's not mention that because she's got a grump on. We found a pub last night. Oh, thanks.
Nice and sweaty.
Thanks. Look, even when we're fed up, we're having a giggle about it. We found a pub last night, so we actually sat down and we had a beer, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was cool, it was nice, it was chilled and it was peaceful.
That was...
Anyway, we're going to go now because...
We're going to see some caves, aren't we? So hopefully that'll be nice.
Notice how she finished that sentence. Anyway, we're going to go now because I'm just going to relax for 5 minutes. And
Stuff landing on me all the time.
see what I'm up against. See you soon. Kate might say bye, but then
Bye, I'm not sitting down again.
someone will attack her. Right, here's another one I've got to share. One of Kate's bloopers. Right, so I'm going to turn round and there's a lady there. Do you see that lady there in orange? There, yeah. She's come over, she's a cleaner, she's cleaning this park. And when she come over, I went, oh, she must be hot and all that stuff. And Kate said, oh, I thought that one over there, I thought it was a dwarf. I said, it's the same one, but she's got bigger, she's got closer. And I got a vacant look. Look at this.
No, you didn't get a vacant
I got a
look.
vacant look.
No, you didn't.
So she thought people in a distance are dwarves, and as they get closer, they grow into big people.
No, I didn't.
Oh God, this is what I'm going to put up with. We've come back to where we started off, and Kate's just in that little street cleaner, and she just went, she's little, isn't she? And I said, yeah, but she's getting, oh, she's coming towards us, she's getting bigger now, Kate, she's getting bigger. Look, she's getting bigger again, Kate, she's not a dwarf anymore, she's just a small person. Oh my Lord. Oh my God, look, she's what, oh, 4'1", 4'2", oh, she's bent over, that spoilt it. See which way she's going, 4'3", she's turned off. So Kate believes that dwarves are normal sized people just at a distance. Good time though.
Yeah. Can I just add something that
Of course you
I
can.
know you'll get
You've had
annoyed
it.
now.
She's added to every part of that. Have you noticed? She's added to every part of mine.
But I've just thought...
You know, we have it, hold on a minute, we have J and K on here. You know, we've got our scribble book, our junk book. We've got J and K, J and K. So now, in future, I'm going to put K and then I'm going to put J plus add-on from K. Go on.
It's a very pertinent point that we should have thought about when we were actually putting this together.
Separate interviews.
Separate hotels if you carry on, I do the booking.
That's perfect for me. That's perfect for me. Oh, go on.
Carry on now.
And on the visas, which should have come up in a different part, not this part, so I know he's getting fragmented, I don't like this, is you've got to have accommodation already booked. Anyway, but that's by for by. Because we're on bits and pieces and when we go back, that should have come in another.
And
this
is
is
we forgot.
right. So when we sit down and just scribble, and it is just scribble down this, so it's
Most
just
of which you can't read.
I will finish a sentence without her interjecting. So anyway, as I was saying, it's just scribbled down, so it's just some notes. You can put that in when we're doing it, not after the event. It's forgotten. This is what I'm up against. Just see what I'm up against.
We always
Seriously.
said our videos would be true. This is true. People forget things. Oh.
I'm only playing. We're having a terrific time. We're here. We're actually in Phu Quoc in Vietnam at the moment.
To that.
So this.
No. Move away.
Look at that. Look at that. We're in Phu Quoc in Vietnam at the moment, so we'll see you all soon. There'll be a video of this at some point. So we hope you've enjoyed the video. It was a difficult one to put together, this, wasn't it? Because the swear words and me grumping. Oh, I was foul moody. But we had a giggle as well, though.
Yeah, we did.
And you can see from the video, we had a giggle. We'll always have a giggle. So on that note, take care, be safe, and be happy. See you soon. Bye bye.